this evening, the assigned council billing that has, come to the attention of causing some heartburn. That's the mission. The scope of how they do it's their job. And we don't know. I mean, that's why this has been ongoing so long, is because the markers are moving and it's this and that. I mean, that's why you need that detective.
Well, then that's what I'm asking is above and beyond what Raymond did, what are you expecting this company to do, and what's the scope of that? Are we getting into personal emails and personal cell phone, and do they have the authority to do that, and are we wanting them to do that? That's what I said, scope. So what is above and beyond what Raymond's going to do? What are you expecting this company to do? And if that's not laid out, I just don't feel comfortable going, here's 15,000, start poking around without either the chairman or someone, the administrator, giving some defined rules of what you're supposed to do. That would put me at ease a little bit. That's all.
Commissioner Swartout?
I would think that we'd ask them to review all the information we have to see if we should do a forensic. They should be able to look at what we have and say, like Henry said, this may and that, you really should do this.
Well, that's what our folks here said, that these numbers rise. I mean, we asked them to do a forensic, and that was their position at this point.
I agree with you, Commissioner Swartout. If we employ Plant Moran and they come back and say, listen, there's not enough here to proceed with the forensic audit, then we don't do it. But I'm sure that they'll have the expertise to let us know, so that these numbers that we're looking at here, they can be justified. So I would rely on their expertise.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Have them look at what we have and say, yeah, based on what I read, we should go forward.
I agree with you. Commissioner Hoffman?
I just have one thing to say. I've been in business over 50 years, and we did some big jobs, $1 million jobs to $500 jobs. And we always have to be in the boat with 3 bids. We can never just go out and go to work I'd love to go to work tomorrow with my big equipment and be able to charge whatever at the end of the day. We have to work on a set budget because we get that bid because we're low bid. If we can cover with the with the contracts that are discussed with the engineering, and we got everything covered, you get the job at low bid. But I don't know why in this business, I guess it's why it couldn't be when you got these smaller cases. Everybody puts a bid in what roughly it's gonna be, and then you're inside that margin. My whole life has been bid, and I never get to go to work for somebody without a bid, and it's.
To me, I look at this as more of a professional setting where we have to take the recommendation of Raymond, a respected firm that have done business for a long time. They're recommending Plant Moran is a highly qualified and respectable firm to do it. It just allows us to move forward. I think we just slow the process if we go out and seek bids on this. Additional comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamore?
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel?
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
No.
Commissioner Levens?
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you.
We did need one clarification. So the audit, as we stated, is due Monday. So we just need to go ahead one way or the other to be able to move forward with filing that.
Can I provide just a brief clarification? So, as mentioned before, the county's annual financial audit is due by June 30th, which is Monday. That report, we have held off on filing it. It is ready to go, thanks primarily to the diligent work of county finance over the last 3 to 4 months. That report will include a description of the circumstances as well as the administrator's response to our recommendations and mention of the resolution tonight. So in no way will it prevent the county from continuing to pursue this matter fully. We've held off on filing it just to be sure that there were no further concerns, but at this point we plan to file it to ensure that the county is on time with the state of Michigan for its annual audit finding.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, and so we talked earlier, your counsel, your internal counsel is And your regulatory folks are fine with proceeding in this direction?
Yes, they are, especially if we include language regarding the board's resolution to continue to pursue this matter, and that there's no confusion that our report is a recommendation one way or the other. We are required to be independent of the county and cannot participate in management in any fashion, which leads to some of the difficulties in which things we can and cannot say, even in this meeting, as far as recommendation, because we are required to maintain that independence as the auditor.
Now, so that report will indicate that there's a question for the assigned council invoices.
Correct.
And candidly, I've read the report, staff doesn't see an issue with it. And so it's kind of a three-part. You recognize the issue, or you acknowledge that an issue is raised.
Mm-hmm.
The board wants a forensic of it, and staff is basically okay with what things are at now.
I don't think that we would address point number 3 in that fashion. The comment is basically going to be, here is what was presented in the consulting report. Here are our recommendations for strengthening internal controls so that something like this couldn't happen in the future. Then management's response to how they intend to strengthen internal controls, and then finally the commission's intent and resolution to continue to pursue this matter in interest of the public trust.
Do we need any type of motion or anything for him to file that, or?
No, I
No?
think we were
Okay.
just looking for confirmation that administration and commission were on the same page.
Hearing no objection, I think that would be.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
We'll now move into finance matters. For the consent agenda, item number 1, approval of non-claims. Check register dated June 20, 2025 in the amount of $382,340.75. Could I get a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Swartout, supported by Lamore. Are there any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under communications, item number 1, letter dated June 20, 2025, from Chief Judge Mark S. Bronlick and Judge William Paul Nichols, 38th Circuit Court, requesting confirmation of a grant application to the State Court Administrative Office for the fiscal year 2026 grant funding of the Adult Drug Treatment Court in the amount of $107,571.31. The grant requires a local contribution of $2,458.48 for expenses not reimbursable by the grant. The request is for an additional 2025 appropriation of $100 and $2,358.48 to be included in the 26 budget. Could I get a motion?
I make that motion.
Moved by Lamore, supported by Huffman. Are there questions on this motion?
Should that additional $100 come from Judge Nichols' salary? Okay, I withdraw that.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 2, letter dated June 26, 2025, from Mr. Jason Berry, Community Planning and Engagement Director, submitting the proposed updates to the Whiteford Township Master Plan for review and approval of the county planner's recommendation. Could I get a motion on this?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Levin, supported by Lamore. Are there questions? Mr. Berry's in the audience if we need him. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We have no public hearings. We'll move into old business. Appointment of subcommittee for the county administrator, chief financial officer hiring process. Could I get a motion on this?
So moved.
Moved by Lamore, supported by Huffman. Now, are there questions on the motion or concerns? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Is there any new business to be brought before the board? Hearing none, we'll move into the second segment of public comment. Are there citizens that wish to address the board? Seeing none, we'll move into announcements, of which we have none. And now, members' time. Commissioner Moore?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to say thank you to Dan and Dan. Sounds like a morning radio show, but for them coming down and spending some time with us and giving us an explanation. Also just wanted to publicly say good to see the sheriff here. I've been looking at some of the comments over the last few weeks. You've had a tough few weeks, and over and over again on the Toledo, the Detroit news, you'd see these comments of your press releases, and multiple times, boy, I wish we had a sheriff like that in our community. You can tell he cares. You can tell that he knows what's going on. And I just went, oh, it's kind of a proud moment for me. I'm just sitting back and reading the comments. A lot of times you see trolls and negativity on those comments. It was all very positive on different, like I said, Detroit, Toledo, didn't matter, Monroe news, didn't matter where it was at. You just reflected this county very well, and I really just want to say that publicly, and I appreciate that. Also, more important than the sheriff being here, though, for the first time, I think, ever in 8 years, my wife is here in attendance, so I just wanted to point her out. Samantha, thanks for being here tonight. I'll pass.
Commissioner Swartout?
I'll pass.
Commissioner Lamore?
Thank you, Chairman. I too resonate with Commissioner Moore regarding Raymond being here. I appreciate their candidness in helping us get through this process, and I look forward to getting the answers to the big question, and that should alleviate a lot of the pain that everybody and the suffering that everybody's been going through mentally, and that's been challenging to all of us. So I thank our board for doing what's right, not only for us, but for the county. We are the taxpayers that give the money to the state, and we are the stewards of that money. And it's our responsibility to make sure it's being spent correctly. So I really appreciate Raymond being here and our board being responsible enough to have it fully vetted out. Other than that, happy 4th of July. Be careful with the fireworks out there. Be respectful of your neighbors. And that's all I have.
Commissioner Huffman?
I'll echo to just what the other fellow said, but I did want to address here with Dale. I know he come and give quite a spill here on the greenstone with Detroit Edison. The people don't know enough about it yet, so the more education they get. Because I know for them folks to pick this area, they do what they call seismometering, which they send stuff down on the ground, it gives the depth, and they're gonna go down 5,500 square feet, and it's gonna be like 4 layers of casing, and they do this all over wherever they drill wells for oil or gas. And what's down there is a certain type of rock. They're gonna go down 5,500 feet, they're gonna be there for 30 days. Maybe this project, and they'll never even need to use this for the next 10 years. It all lines up. It's like sending a locomotive down the road and you don't put the track down first. So really, if we get more information on that before because it's hard for us to give a proclamation on something it's pretty loose. The people don't quite understand. I know I was out there, and so was partner right here.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I'd like to interject on that, because I too was there, and I was basically getting the sampling from the gentleman that was doing the drilling, and they said when they go to backfill, there's a correct way of doing it and there's a wrong way of doing it. And and quite frankly, that's not my line of business, but I trust it as about as far as I can throw it. So I'd really like.
Yeah, we need to get more educated.
I agree, and I'd like to get some more facts regarding that as well, because that is it's not a simple little process. That's just like trying to find out if you have diabetes or not. This is pretty big, and this is and 5,500 feet is no small hole. That's a huge hole.
I know they've done. They're doing their homework right, but they're just not letting it out to the people. Because I got corings at 4,500 feet, and when I spent 15 years with Michigan Gas, I was real involved with the drilling and all that stuff over Morenci. So there's a lot to it that the people aren't aware of. And I know when they get done with this, they're just going to cap that. It might be 20 years before they even use that, if they use it. And if the rock's not there, they're on their way.
And what if they make a mistake when they cap it?
That's the only spot in the county that would recognize this. this type of rock
There
formation.
really should be something in the county that recognizes and protects our karst geography, because
Yes.
we
No,
had
I
the
agree.
injection well deal in Summerfield, was that 5, 7 years ago, where they wanted to use it as a site for, I think it was petroleum byproducts or the brine
The brine,
and the
yeah.
rest. And so, I don't know, I put it to, the higher leadership to consider in the future, if it's practical, beyond symbolic or enforceable, that we have something that recognizes and protects the unique circumstance of Monroe County for our karst, and the fact that the predominance of our folks don't have access to municipal water. That's their drinking water, so that needs to be protected and recognized.
But this is way below. I mean, we just need more education on it, more education. Thank you.
Vice Chair Levens, additional comments?
Well, I think that, we should look at some point in the future to have something that, like, the commissioners more eloquently said than I did, about something that protects our county karsts and our drinking water. Additionally, some sad news, everyone keep the Cuevas family in their thoughts and prayers. Our former post commander passed unexpectedly, Tony Cuevas, that was when I was chair. He was amazing post commander. I'm sure the post commander now is amazing. I just don't have any business with him, but Tony was a great guy, and his loss will be missed.
Mr. Bosanic? The only comment I have is to thank the board members for adjusting your schedule so we could meet tonight. 4th of July is next Friday, and it kind of gives us a full holiday week, and so I appreciate that. With nothing more, I'll adjourn the meeting.
Good job. I wasn't expecting to be done until 7.